Kendra Duggar has lost custody of her children. She has sold the family's belongings. She has turned her home into a rental property to pay her husband's bond. Her parents are being forced out of a house with no utilities. Now, a member of the Duggar family itself has publicly told her to divorce Joseph and start over. The situation surrounding this family has reached a level of devastation that no one who watched them on television. And today, we are telling you everything that has happened. Let us establish the full picture for anyone who needs the context. Joseph Duggar, 31 years old, was arrested on March 18, 2026, in Arkansas on a warrant from the state of Florida. He faces felony charges of lewd and lascivious molestation of a victim under 12 years of age, stemming from an alleged incident during a 2020 family vacation in Panama City Beach, Florida. The alleged victim was 9 years old at the time. She is now 14. She gave a detailed forensic interview to authorities. According to the Bay County Sheriff's Office, after being confronted by the girl's father, Joseph admitted to the actions. He was subsequently released on a $600,000 bond on March 31, 2026, and returned to Arkansas. He is presumed innocent unless proven guilty in a court of law, but the legal process is actively moving in 2 states, and the consequences for the people closest to Joseph, specifically his wife Kendra and their children, have been catastrophic. Kendra Duggar was arrested separately on March 20, 2026. 2 days after Joseph. She faces 4 misdemeanor counts of endangering the welfare of a minor and 4 counts of second-degree false imprisonment in Arkansas. These charges arose after a home inspection allegedly revealed rooms with locks under the doors. The specific nature of those locks, what they were used for, who they affected, and what the authorities believe they indicate is part of an active legal case. What is not in dispute is that Kendra's arrest triggered a chain of consequences that has stripped away almost everything she had, starting with her children. In recorded jail calls, obtained and reported by multiple outlets, Kendra disclosed something that stopped the conversation around this family entirely. She no longer has custody of her 4 children. Following her arrest on March 20, her children were removed from her care. 4 children gone. In the space of 2 days, Kendra Duggar went from a wife and mother managing a household to a woman facing criminal charges, alone, without her children, trying to hold together a financial situation that was collapsing all the time. The jail calls reveal the human texture of that reality in a way that no spokesperson statement could. A woman on the phone, trying to understand what her life has become, trying to figure out how to sell the trailer and pay the bond and find somewhere to live and somehow get her children back. All at once. While her husband is in a Florida jail cell on felony molestation charges, the weight of what those calls document is almost impossible to fully absorb. Financial devastation has been reported in detail, and it is staggering in its specificity. Kendra has been selling family belongings, the trailers, the 4-wheeler, the power tool, the pressure washer. To generate cash, she has moved out of the family home and converted it into a rental property to create income. She relocated herself to an undisclosed location. She described feeling worn out and physically weak from the pace and pressure of managing all of it alone. And then, the situation extended to her own. Kendra's parents, the Caldwells, are reportedly being forced to move out of a home that is owned by Joseph Duggar. The reason? The utilities were allegedly cut off. A family's parents, displaced, because the financial architecture that supported everyone connected to Joseph Duggar is now being dismantled piece by piece to pay for his legal defense. The $600,000 bond, the attorneys in 2 states, the cost of a legal battle that is only just beginning. All of it flowing outward from one arrest and landing on the people around Joseph who had nothing to do with the charges he faces. And then there is Deanna Duggar, Joseph's aunt, a member of the Duggar family by blood, and the person who said publicly in April 2026 what many people had been thinking but nobody inside the family had yet said out loud. She suggested that Kendra should divorce Joseph, that Kendra should start a new life, that the path forward for a 27-year-old woman who has lost custody of her children and is facing her own criminal charges and is selling belongings and living in an undisclosed location, that path does not run through staying married to a man facing felony child molestation. That suggestion from inside the family is significant because the Duggar family's public framework has always been one of covenant marriage, of commitment that does not dissolve under pressure, of the belief that God can restore any situation regardless of how broken it appears. Here is a Duggar by blood saying publicly that restoration may not be the right framework for what Kendra is facing, that she deserves a new life, not a restored old one. Here is what the full picture of Kendra Duggar's situation reveals about who bears the weight when a family crisis of this magnitude occurs. Joseph Duggar was arrested. Joseph faces the most serious charges. Joseph's alleged actions, if proven, are the ones that set this entire chain of events in. But Kendra is the one who lost custody of her. Kendra is the one selling. Kendra is the one living in an undisclosed location. Kendra is the one whose parents no longer have utilities. Kendra is the one facing her own criminal charges that arose from a home inspection that was triggered by Joseph's arrest. The person at the epicenter of the original allegations is out on bond. He posted $600,000 and went home to Arkansas. And the people closest to him, his wife, his children, his wife's parents, are living with the consequences of what his alleged actions set in motion. That asymmetry is worth naming, not to assign additional legal guilt to Joseph, that is the court's job, but to acknowledge the human reality of who is carrying the weight of this. And right now, that person is Kendra. The children are the most important part of this story. 4 children removed from their mother's care following her arrest, living somewhere with someone while their mother navigates criminal charges and financial devastation and the slow unraveling of everything their family was. Those children did not choose any of it. They did not choose the locks on the doors, whatever those locks were used for. They did not choose the 2020 vacation in Panama City Beach. They did not choose the parents they were born to or the legal circumstances that have now disrupted every stable thing in their lives. They are children, in the middle of something that no child should be in the middle of, and their well-being, their stability, their safety, their ability to eventually make sense of what happened to their family is the outcome that matters most in all of this. More than the bond, more than the property, more than the jail calls, more than the divorce suggestion. The children. Joseph Duggar is presumed innocent unless proven guilty in a court of law. The legal process is ongoing. Both Joseph and Kendra face continuing court dates in Arkansas and Florida. The alleged victim in the Florida case, the 14-year-old girl who was 9 years old during the alleged incident, deserves to see justice pursued completely and without compromise. If you or someone you know has experienced abuse, please contact the RAIN National Sexual Assault Hotline at 1-800-656-HOPE. That is 4673, or visit rain.org. You are not alone.